Lester honored me in 1991 to take over the camps for Dean Landis, who started them, and it was a huge honor. And we did it. We just did it. And then years after that, Kurt felt the burden to create a board, and I have thrived under his wing. So I'm glad his arms around me. He has protected me, encouraged me, comforted me, gotten on my case in those very rare times it's needed. And don't say anything to Kim over there, but so I can't thank the Lord enough for this man, and I've just felt very shepherded, and it means more than you know. Camps are coming. I've had experiences in churches that I'm very heavily affected by, where one was a children's service, and the whole time I was mourning because it was like religious playtime, and just a treating lightly of everything, and I was so grieved, and because there was no conviction, there was no sobriety. Oh, Gertie, we don't do that with kids. You don't know what God can do with kids. Yeah. And so I just still in mourning about that, and then this was capped very soon afterwards in an adult service. We're like, Father, there's no power here. There's no power here. But I say that to say this, is that Paul said that when our word came to you, it wasn't enticing words. It came with power and conviction. And I'm longing for the power of God. I'm not talking about the charismania, but you know what I mean? When people, the word of God hits them like a pointed spear. And you know, it says that when they reacted to the preaching of the apostles, the literal Greek words means they were pierced to the heart, or sawn in half is the Greek word. Why are you talking about this in the context of camp, Kurt? Because I've seen it happen to children for decades and youth, and they desperately need it. In these days, the staff makes or breaks the camp. I've always tell the staff, they're the front lines. They make us directors look good, but the staff are the ones who are with the young people day and night, pouring into them. And so really, beloved, it really is a free missions trip for your people. And it will be hands-on, intense training. I have felt for decades that I want our camps, unlike many that are so hype emotional driven, I want our campers responding to the text. I know the life is in the text. The power is in the Word of God. And so because I'm driven by that, I try to stuff the staff and campers with as much theology as I can the whole week. And why? Who cares? The last thing we need is another educated man. But my belief is that you get the Word of God in them, it's like a nuclear reactor, they will respond to it. And so why are you saying that? Is that we need counselors, young men and women, older men and women. We've had staff in their 70s, and I mean that. And so I'm just asking you, if you have some fine young people or not so young people who, it's a free mission trip, it really is. And is America's youth a mission field now? It really is. And do we have to talk about how the perversions and abominations that are happening to our children? So we have to be there. And so anyway, they would come and they would get stuffed, and they would have hands-on training for a whole week, being poured into themselves night and day, but then also they have hands-on experience to spill it out on the campers. Normally, the minimum age for a staff person is 16, but I've taken 15-year-olds if they are stellar, and I think you know what I mean by that. Teenagers who are just different from the rest, and they really are pursuing the Lord. And again, they can be as high as, if you can handle the rigor, you're in. Of course, if your heart beats for the Lord. Send us your people, and we trust by God's grace, we'll send them back better for you.